convert some chemical energy into kinetical energy, and convert some kinetic energy into kinetic energy,
Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay. Everyone's doing all right. We're gonna start the stream really quick. Happy Friday. I got like maybe 2 hours or so before I have to dip and go hang out with family. We're doing Korean barbecue. Well, I'm making Korean barbecue tonight, so I'm gonna go and do that. But today, so don't mind my warm up. Today, I wanted to draw Yvonne from Arknights, and so that is the plan today. I want to draw her, but in the style of Blue Archive. So I made sure to prepare beforehand with some references and stuff, so we'll be fine. I also forgot to set up the music, so give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and grab. Let's go to YouTube and I don't know. Super Mario 64, or actually Kirby Crystal Shards. This tea. Been in the mood for some Kerbo.
Plop.
Okay, you guys can hear the music. Hey Eddie, welcome to the stream. Stuff. All right, so let me make sure that I can see. It says here. For the pose, let's actually use this. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes. When drawing poses, when you're trying to like explore what you're gonna do, it's better to draw with a thicker brush, actually. Or at least I found that it's just easier when you go like full big. That way you're not like stressing out over the fine details. Just something that I've noticed started working for me. I don't, probably a lot of you don't watch sports. I don't typically either, but it's a World Baseball Cup and like that's one thing. It'd be snowing here. Oh, it's snowing over there? But it is a World Baseball tournament, and over here it's a big deal, so that's kind of why we're doing a family get-together, just to watch the, not the semifinals, but before the finals, the semifinals. It's the second. Hear me out. What if she's out on Novice, the planet where Factorial takes place on? She's from Enfield. Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, my idea was, like, I do want to do another Yvonne drawing, but my idea is that I draw her in the Blue Archive style, or, like, if she was in the Blue Archive universe. That's kind of my idea. But that's not a bad suggestion. I could do that with the administrator, actually, because that would be more appropriate. What's your favorite theme? Oh, it has to be from Shivering Star, I think. It's either Shivering Star or hold on. Let me see if I find it. Weird that nobody has done. It's either this one I think this one or this one. I think this one or that other one. I maintain that Crystal Shards is like probably one of my favorite soundtracks. Hey, Epic. You know, I love Kirby games, but I think like when I after having played Kirby Crystal Shards, the only one that has come close to even being like that for me was Kirby and the Forgotten Land. But I think the issue is that I just think Kirby Crystal Shards is just like the perfect game. Like I know it's not like the best Kirby game for a lot of people, but to me it is. It's just like I don't think it's been, I don't know, I think it's just a combination of like the music, the level design or whatever. I missed out on the 3DS Kirby's, sadly, so I haven't gotten to experience those, but those are like 2D mostly, right? And I was a huge fan of the SNES and the Game Boy Kirby's. I think she needs wider hips. Let's be taller. Which is your favorite power-up? Oh, the Ninja Star. The Shuriken. Definitely. Fucking love the Shuriken. Every time I would boot up the game, that was like the first thing. Okay, I made it. Oh, now I want to do a playthrough of Kirby Crystal Shards. I might just do that. Do like a 2026 playthrough, but so my brother and I, growing up, had access to this rental shop. Like, some kids might not know what that is, but it was a store where we went to rent out video games and movies and stuff. But every weekend, even after beating it, we would rent out Kirby Crystal Shards quite frequently. Actually, it was the game that I played the most on the Nintendo 64. Granted, I don't know the game inside out, but I still love it. But my brother and I used to have, I can't remember the name of the dragon enemy, the little guys that breathe fire, but we had a guy on the beach level in a specific position that we called Henry, and anytime we saw Henry in a different level, we're like, oh, Henry's on vacation. Or like, Henry, what are you doing here? Come on, let's go. And we would grab him, like suck him up, and then like grab him, and then take him to the end of the level with, like, if at all possible. If we couldn't, we would have just like dropped him and say, okay, this is your stop. I would make the CPU fight each other on minigames and bet. Oh! You guys want to do that? I mean, I don't know what we would bet on, but that would be fun. I could do a playthrough of Kirby, and then we can do that. Just bet on CPUs. That could be, we could do that this weekend. That would be fun. It's like cockfights, but it's Kirby CPUs. If I didn't have the baseball game tonight, I would definitely do that tonight. But I'll stream that tomorrow. We'll do Kirby tomorrow. Now I want to play this game. I have so many games that I started and I want to play, but Kirby takes precedence because, come on, it's Kirbo. It beat Kirby. So one thing you'll notice is that with gacha art, usually, legs are pretty long. They're pretty long. But honestly, the this is gonna be hard. Honestly, let's like see. I think if I look at our original model, we can make the reference of she usually, when she stands up, she kind of bends her knees. So we can use that. Ever so slightly. Kind of stance like that, but we're gonna have to straighten her up just a tiny bit. Oh, wrong one. We're gonna have to straighten her up this way, just a tiny bit, just so that we make sure that the back of her head is kind of, yep. It generally doesn't really need to be one-on-one. But the better you anchor your character, the more natural the pose is going to feel. I like this theme a lot too. I like this theme too. This one's good. I mean, the entire soundtrack is great. I could just spend the entire time this soundtrack is playing just saying, oh, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good. This is my other favorite. I can picture the enemies that have the maracas. Now I gotta think, like, what's the best Kirby power-up? Like, across all games. Because another one that I really, really liked was the wheel one. Like, to me, that one's fun. Just because you become a wheel. And you can, like, zip zoom around the level. What's the other one? The hammer one I really like. Hard to tell. I haven't really played a Kirby in a long while that wasn't Crystal Shards. The nuke is a fun one. Maybe it should be just slightly longer. I don't think I've ever heard this one. This one's also a good theme. I think what's ruining it for me is probably the other leg. So is this? Actually, from the warm-ups, now that I think about it, I like this one a lot. Let's feel This is a little better. I don't know if it's the controller or the Bluetooth. Sometimes I've been getting these delays when I'm working on something. Not on the tablet, but on the controller that I'm using for drawing. So the one that does these changes. I don't use a keyboard. So sometimes like I'll be drawing and then I need to switch to the eraser, but then it'll take too long. So then I just do another stroke. I don't know if that's the controller itself that is giving me issues, or again the Bluetooth itself, because I have a USB Bluetooth, because the one that comes internally in the I might have mentioned this before, but the one that comes internally on my computer is fucked, so no clue. The shopping mall theme is fun. Makes me think of the criminal montage video. The frogs. I play the song I have when it snows or the road has been cleaned up. This song, I never had like a white Christmas, but this song makes me think of Christmas. Not because I played this game in Christmas particularly, but just this song specifically is just like I think of like going to Toys R Us or something like that. Oh fuck! I need to my coffee. 1 second. This song I like a lot too. This is a song that makes me think Kirby Crystal Shards was going to be a bigger game than it was intended to be. Like, it was intended to be like a bigger game, but maybe the hardware or budget limitations. Just like, I don't know, like there was gonna be more to it. Like, I know a lot of the Kirby games are like implied things and they don't ever explain anything, but it was just more of like, I thought this game was gonna be a little bit more big in scope. It's not because this particular song is saying like, oh, there was gonna be like a big battle or something. It's just like more stages is what I mean. It's like I think that I end up thinking like, oh, this game is going to be larger than it ended up being. It's no particular reason. It's just this song specifically triggers that in my mind. Style. Been listening to Okayu a lot. I was trying to listen to Picora, but she's like, Okayu will have her screams and stuff, but Okayu's like a little bit more quiet. And Korone I listen to, but Korone also screams a lot lately, so I ended up like having to just default to Okayu for Japanese like passive listening. Because Korona doesn't like bugs, and a lot of the games that I've been watching her play have bugs in them, so she screams a lot. And it's funny, but it's also a little bit distracting when I'm trying to get work done. And also, if you're familiar with Kodoko no Gunme, episodes 1 and 2 have been uploaded, which is the show is called Solitary Gourmet in Japanese, and really good show, especially for restaurants you will never eat at, and just listening practice and stuff. Her medal was so funny. Yeah, I need to watch that one. But I need to watch it when I'm like not working or doing something, like just for pure entertainment, if that makes any sense. Hi. You know when this isn't really like related to anything other than like streamer, but every now and again, every now and then, I don't know if you guys ever saw that clip of Ninja getting mad at like someone called him a dying streamer playing a dying game, and he gets really mad, and he just leans in the camera because I'm a dying streamer, and that just made me laugh. And I have that clip just like playing in my head constantly. I don't know why. It's not even like I like Ninja or like hate him or anything. I'm ambivalent to him. It's just like that clip plays in my head every so often, because I think it's just like, it's a stupid funny quote that he said in a fit of rage. I think it's just funny because he took it personally, I think. I still remember calling him someone who he thought was stream sniping. Oh, because you're stream sniping. Like, that clip too is very, like, it's funny, but not for the, you know, for what he intended. I mean, not that I think he's a bad person or a good person or anything. I just think, he just comes across like, you know, not good in those clips. And it's why people make fun of him, I guess. He was like begging Fortnite to have him banned or something like that. Was he, did he not say also that he made Drake famous or something like that? I mean, you know, now that we know what we know, it's like, eesh. But something stupid like that. I don't know, like, that early era of, like, I think he said, oh god. I think, like, that early era of streaming going mainstream, they couldn't have picked, like, the worst person. Again, not because I think he's a terrible person or anything. It's just, like, he's, like, not... I don't know, I would have wished, like, Germa would have gone... would have been like the mainstream thing, and people would have been, oh, like, that's not for me, and then streaming would have been saved. Because I fucking love Germa, but most people would have, like, most normie people would watch him and just be like, is this what streaming is? And then that would have been fun. Because streaming was killed, like, has been killed by people like him and, like, esports. I think esports just killed. Well, not killed, but it kind of like just took the fun away out of it, because now you have the... Yeah, this one is really good. I don't know, I honestly think... I think it's more of like, we were having this discussion in my server, but competitive just killed multiplayers. They're coming back somewhat with like friend slot, but I want more classic multiplayer games, more of them, and lobbies where people have to talk to each other with no filters. And believe it or not, I think people need shit like that. Areas where, like, they're not being policed or anything like that. Just let people shit talk at each other, and then let the the gaming arena decide. You know, not that I play, like, I just want to play more chill multiplayer games that are not these, like, are we there yet kind of games. Just more chill shit. GoldenEye, local multiplayer stuff. One of the recent multiplayer games that I played that was really, really fun. I know it's not a new game, but I played Overcooked with my cousins, and that was very, very fun. Overcooked is a lot of fun, but stressful. And it also gives me an opportunity to yell at people because in my family I'm the oldest, so my cousins, so I get to be, you know, a piece of shit and they have to listen. My little cousin who's like 10 years old, he like, it's his game, but I take control over it. Well, honestly, I'm a lefty and my hand smudges everything I do. You should get a sketchbook that's made for, well, I mean, I don't, like, you can take a sketchbook and flip it over. And when you learn to draw, just learn to draw to the left. Or to the right. I mean, I don't want to, you know, talk about your situation specifically, but you can definitely rotate the book physically, and just do it. If you want to learn, you can also not use pencils. Use a ballpoint pen, and it won't smudge. Like, just rotate the book. Like, take a piece of paper, and, like, when you're drawing a circle, like, draw it. Like, here, I'm gonna draw with my left hand. I can't draw with my left, right? But here, I'm gonna give it a shot. You know. You know, you can rotate, and then, you know, and then just, you know. I can't draw with my left for shit, but, yeah, just rotate the page around, like, use a ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pens are great. If you have one that doesn't, like, shit out, ink, just get one that, you know, dries off pretty quickly, and you'll be set. Just, okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick tip. Think of an Asian language, or Japanese, for example. Japanese people, they write and this is pretty good if you are like lefty, because you're going to start here and it's not going to smudge. So get into the habit of just drawing from right to left. That way, when you draw, your hand is always going to be left to whatever you're working. And if that's like, if that, you're gonna need practice for that, just practice, like, pretend like you're writing from left to right for a little bit. Like, just start doing squiggly lines like this, or get your hand into the habit of drawing from one side to the other. And then, you know, go from there. Well, it depends. If you had a good one, they would have pointed that out. I'm not saying that I'm like particularly great, but I wasn't very good at figure drawing when I was in college, and that was like something I had a lot of trouble with. But I had a teacher that she was very encouraging. Well, she is. I think she's still alive. But she was very encouraging, and she was just like, just do this or whatever, and like, as long as you get the flow. And she would give, and like, I was a better writer than an artist, and I would do very like good research on like art history and stuff, and she would like be very good about it. She would read my stuff and she's like, I like this a lot, you know, definitely stay in art. She's very encouraging. She's one of the reasons I kept drawing after college, because I did an art major, and I like drawing, and like I was just like, I don't know if I have what it takes, but I was reminded of like her words of encouragement, and she tried everything to get me to meet someone in the industry and everything. Like, she was very cool, because she saw that even if I didn't lack, like if I lacked skill, at the very least I had the drive. So if you really want to draw, I think just experiment, just practice. Don't like, just small stuff like that. Don't think like, here's the thing, it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to like, whatever it is you're doing, it's okay if it's not great, because the process of art, the most important thing is not the result, but it's you getting there, and then when you see the result is a reward for what you endure. There is a word that I've been learning recently, and I keep it in my heart a lot. Rikisaku. So this, if you correctly translate it, or like if you directly translate it, it would be masterpiece, right? But this, to me, this is not the meaning of the word. The important part of this word is a work that took great effort, or something painstaking. I wouldn't call my stuff this translation of the word, but a lot of the stuff that I do consider rikisaku, because it takes a lot of effort, and that's where I learn the most. And that's like, with the struggle, which is the most important part of art, is that my other recommendation is that when you get into the flow of drawing, now that you like, you know, you have this idea of like, hey, I'll try it doing this way, and like work really hard, because again, the will is half the battle. So, you know, give it a shot, and find one tutorial and learn. Yeah. The only like, you know, in my brain I'll call my stuff masterpiece of shit, but you know, I've learned to just enjoy everything I make, even if like I'm kicking and screaming through the process, I still like I derive pleasure in what I'm doing. And that's kind of like the important part of art. Yeah, sure. A lot of people find cool shortcuts. You know, work smarter, not harder. But in the end of the day, the whole point of art is the struggle that we go through to express our own unique struggles and our own interpretations of things, or the things that we enjoy, or you know, art doesn't have to have this like subjective meaning to it. It could just be something objective. It could just be things that you like. I don't know, if you like big boobs, just draw them. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to put out more of. But you know, no one can tell you any different. I definitely like this pose a lot. Hierbo. Like Da Vinci's works were called masterpieces, less because of the composition of rhythm. Any other grave existed in his time period, making similar quality pieces, but because of his studies of anatomy and his focus on mastering his mediums. Mona Lisa is not the most standard of the 19th century, but it reflects Da Vinci's... Yeah. Exactly. There was an artist. I saw a video on a somewhat similar subject, where people talk about like the great masters of yore, and it's like those guys went through their struggles too. There was a painter where I forgot his name. But there was a painting that it took him like 5 tries. And back then, you'd have to ask the people that you were going to draw to come back and sit down for like hours on end. And so he would essentially like redo it and then just think so-and-so did it, would have probably done it on his first try or whatever. Like, and like they kept telling him, it's like, no, dude, this is great. No, but it's not exactly this. But he struggled, he would practice and then come back and then like try it again, and it's like you and then he finally nailed it. I would have to look that guy up. But I can't remember his name right now, but The final art piece is really good, but it was like it was painstaking. He did not go gently into that good night. I can tell you that much. And look, you can be like kind of artist where it's just like, I don't give a fuck about like anything. I'm just gonna draw this stick figure and it's gonna be the best fucking one and I love it. And that's awesome too. I used to be like, oh, the kind of person where I used to be like, oh, if you're not constantly improving, then you're not a real artist. It's like, nah, I've like chilled out a little bit. Because that's art isn't really necessarily about that. It's about like expression. It's not even about politics or anything. It's mainly just about self-expression. And using your own mind and creativity, something that's uniquely human, to put something out there. Something that comes out of your own struggle. Like, even if you don't care about improving your stick figures, you do struggle to make them. You put time into it. The ultimate currency. School of Athens is beautiful, yeah. I'm gonna do like a School of Athens, but with thick girls. Maybe draw all of my gacha waifus, or all of my favorite Pokemon girls. Just draw them. School of Thickness. To be honest, it'd be a fun project to stream. I'd probably have to figure out what characters I would get in there. Especially since that part of the highlight of the composition is it's not just how they dress, they interact, the natural. Yeah, no, a lot of it's the first character art. That, it's, okay, modern day interactions with characters don't directly come from that, but all of the knowledge and, all of the knowledge that had been painstakingly compiled by centuries of human artists and stuff just shines in that.
Godly die.
No, go to sleep. If you have to go to sleep, go to sleep. The VOD will be there. It's also a reminder to modern minds that ancient people like pretty close to. A lot of us like to think of medieval times clan. No, Century-chan is right on the money. Back again. Was watching this week's episode of Freyrin with some people. How are things going? Good. How was the episode? Good? It believes that the most common colors in the medieval world was bright. It probably wasn't. It probably was just like muddy colors or something like that, or just white. I haven't seen a single episode of Freyrin, if you can believe that. Thank you, Eddie. Have a good night. Get some rest. Because they could at least mass produce strong yellow. I think I could just find the paper that I wrote on it was like genuinely the paper that I wrote, even though I did it in like 2 nights, it was genuinely like a good piece of research. It was about our understanding and composition, how the Renaissance was like the turning point for art, and like something to that effect. It, you know, it was very good, I think. I almost debated going into art history, but you know, thank God I didn't, because I was able to get jobs because of it, because of not going into art history. But I had 2 really good art history teachers that they were both really good, and they loved art history. So I was almost captivated coincidentally, one of the art history teachers was also the very encouraging figure drawing teacher. She has her husband is a very talented gouache painter, and she asked me if I wanted to learn from him, but it was very difficult for me to go over and learn. Da-da-da-da. think a lot of people get into dye making. You know, if you get deep into art, you could learn to even make your own pigments. That's something you grow into. You mean like astigmatism, or? Because I have astigmatism. I don't know if that's what it is. No, 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 Final Fantasy music, no, that gets killing. We're gonna go with Mario.
It's me, Mario.
Mario. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, okay, got it. That makes sense. Shit, that sucks. You could probably do value studies or something like that. Something to that effect. Maybe. The grays, probably. Just be really good at drawing in grayscale. Or draw in black and white. Be a good inker. I think one of my favorite just shitpost songs of the internet is the Mario edit of Smoke Weed Every Day. It like perfectly captures what humor in that era just was. Because I think we need to start referring stuff on the internet as eras, because internet moves so fast. "2016 was like the end of like probably the greatest era on the internet. Like now everything is just like full ironic or constantly making fun of people. Waiting 1 second. Had to turn on the fan. I need to pick up Arknights again. It's hard when you're like just working a lot and the little bit of time that you have, like, am I really gonna pick up a gacha, or like am I gonna pick up like a game that I want to play? Like, as much as Arknights is fun, you know, to an extent, it is also like forcing daily logins and stuff in order for you to like if you're not playing constantly, you're just fucked. Heads again. Yeah, there is. But I wish more games would just play out normally. Like, you get bonuses for playing constantly, but just make it so that like if you're not missing out for not logging in every day. I don't know. Final Fantasy XIV just seems to do it pretty well. Smoke weed. Smoke weed. I love women with pointy ears. Big ol' horns. Me after a day of Taco Bell. Oops, like too small, they need to be bigger. Not too big, but they need to be bigger. Not in this wholesome Christian channel. JK, I'll draw humongous bazookas. But not for this one. I'm gonna have a little bit of self-restraint on this one. Just a tiny bit. Sorry if I'm being a little slow today. Just chilling out. I know normally I zip zoom around, but I want this one to look good. Especially since I'm doing like a complicated character. Twitch watchers, be sure to help Rod stores on 1K subs. He's close. Oh, I would appreciate it. Yeah. Remember, incentive for 1K on YouTube is torturing myself with Shrek games. Specifically, Shrek Party Game at maximum difficulty. I fucking hate that game so much. Would it be possible to... Can you make a Mario Party game with all CPUs? Or does it have to be like one player? Oh, sorry. You guys know the religion of Fang. Single tooth Fang. To this is going to be the hard part. So her horns are kind of interesting. The way that they exist. So I'm going to make sure that they are aligned. They come out from, so her ear is this. Which actually here. So her horns, up in the back. That's let's see what the issue is here. I have an obsessive compulsion to just like make sure the face is correct. Your hair is also very interesting. I love it. At the same time, it's kind of interesting. Just gonna make sure that her hair hides a little bit. It's big this way. Here we go. I don't think it needs to be 101, but if I can get it pretty close, then that's all that matters. Somewhat decent, I would say. As far as I know, though, this needs to be a little bit higher here. And then her tail. Do another layer so that way I can think about the tail. So let's move on to the tail. In the art, it's pretty thick, so I'm gonna make it really thick. Wonder what her halo would look like. Let's do something. Let's be smart about this. Let's put it this way, and then... Yeah, maybe something like this. So her hair. Let's attention to. We go ahead and use red for this. Actually, I need to grab another reference because I want to draw it in the Blue Archive style, but I'm using Asun as a reference. But there's another one that I was thinking about. Yep. Okay, this is the one that I should probably use. Yeah. This one's a little bit closer. Wow, it suddenly got dark. It got like cloudy really quick. So the thing that I should be doing here is that instead of doing like individual strands, I'm just gonna do entire chunks. Chunks. Her hair comes like all the way from here. I don't know why there's a tradition of making gacha characters with enormously huge heads, but if I want to get work from them, I just have to stick to the style. What the fuck? Oh. Yeah, fuck it, let's do Pokemon. Let's do chiptunes. You know what? I'm gonna have to start employing a strategy that I saw a while ago. And it's this. Alright, so we have that level. And now we want to introduce this level. This helps divide hair up so that you're not, you know, driving yourself crazy, figuring out what's what. What? Just given the way that her hair is designed, I have to take great care. Oh, shit. Ta-da. Da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then now, yep, grab this over and then clean it up a little bit. It's black for this. now, what should I do for her clothing? That's gonna be the tough choice. Like, I could use her design. What if... Hey, thanks, Poxy. I mean, I'm almost gonna stop the stream because I gotta get ready for. I tried to listen to like, something. I don't know what went off. But I was hearing the Pokemon music and then I heard something go off in the background. I'm like, I'm not really sure what that was. But yeah, thank you. I'm just trying to figure out the clothing for her. I think I want to do skirt because instead of just like using her design, like making her part of the Blue Archive stuff would be even better. But I don't know what would be that. Oh, that was my follow notification. Okay. So if I do this. But still keeping elements of her original design would be like a good idea. Here's another perspective. Okay, I think that's kind of like how her thing goes. Okay, so, oh yeah, okay. Where's her hair? We're not gonna see it from that side. Okay. I'm gonna add her jacket, and that's probably gonna be the hardest part. Another layer. We're gonna make it red. I think that's pretty good. She has white leggings, but I'm gonna keep her boots. And start doing some. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to head out. I'm gonna try and finish this tomorrow. So let me. I don't know if on stream. I don't know if on stream, but I have to head out. No, thanks for stopping by. I have to go cook dinner for a bunch of people for a baseball game, but I'm gonna head out. I'll try. If I stream tomorrow, it's gonna be Kirby. I'm gonna play Kirby, and then we'll bet on CPUs. So I think that'll be fun. But yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. Hope you guys learned something, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, let me walk you guys out and turn off the stream.